He's called.
Why wouldn't you call? There's 870,000 in the pot already, so he does make the call.
And now Jason Lavalley, our chip leader, with 9-7 of spades.
Well, he's going to call too, Vince. We're going to have five-way action here.
Get in the bathtub, Jason.
Why not? It's a party.
It is. Very rare on the WPT. Five-way action.
Well, over 1.2 million in the pot right now, and we haven't even got to the flop. Oh, it's come king, queen, six.
Whoa.
Tommy Vitas has flopped the top two pair. Action is on him.
Sean Kunix with a set of sixes. Tommy Vitas with his two pair quickly checks, as does Jason Lavalley and Craig Crivillo.
Check.
Freddie checks. Around to the button to the entrepreneur with 3 sixes. He is sitting pretty right now. Go Bucks.
Gotta be exciting. What will he bet? Do it, Sean. 720,000.
Sean, a graduate in marketing from Ohio State University, fires out 720,000.
Well then.
Tommy Vitas has to go all in. He does.
Well, you can't blame him for going all in. All that money out there, and you flop top two pair here.
Lavalley out, as is Craig Crivillo. Freddie Deeb also out.
Well, Sean is not going out. He's anxious to call him, and is going to love it as he sees he's an 80% favorite to win this pot. He's got 3 sixes. His opponent's got the top two pair. And right now, things are good in Buckeye Land.
Yeah, this could break. Tommy Vitas, unless he gets extremely lucky. Tommy used to sell cars and was in construction. And right now, he is devastated when you have top two pair to be up against the set.
What'd you have, Jason?
I had 7
Well, it needs a king or a queen.
I let down king queen.
Oh, man.
You did?
Watch me win. Watch.
I know you're not that good.
Needling him saying, I folded a king and a queen. We know that didn't happen. And the king comes off on the turn. Tommy Vitas has sucked out on the turn to make a bigger full house. Devastation for Sean Kunix from Columbus, Ohio. His wife shocked as well.
Wow.
It's not over,
That's
though.
sick.
He could catch a 6 on the river and make 4 of a kind to win this pot.
Sean Kunix
Folded a 6.
with a hideous beat. Here we go to the river.
Well, a 5 comes off, so tough luck for Sean Kunix. The entrepreneur from Columbus, Ohio, took a horrible beat there.
I still have some chips.
Sean's about the happiest loser I've ever seen.
You want to count them down for me?
Okay, 6 players remaining. We're coming back with more action. Stay with us here on the World Poker Tour.
Wow. That was sick.
Truthfully, I know that I'm playing my A game. I feel like if I do not win today, it'll be because I was bad beat. I don't think it'll be that I make a mistake. But I accept whatever my fate is, and I'm going to play to win it, and I feel like I can.
We are back in Las Vegas for the Festa El Lago, and those are the words of Sean Kunix, who took a horrible beat in the hand before.
Well, how prophetic were those words, Vince?
Yes.
He said, if I lose, it's going to be to a bad beat. Well, you can't lose to a much worse bad beat than that. You get all the money in, you're an 80% favorite, and then boom, your opponent hits lightning to win the pot.
Like you said, Mike, he was the happiest loser you've ever seen at a poker table. He kept smiling, has a lot of class, but he's done quite well. He's an entrepreneur, but right now he's down on the short stack here tonight with a very bad beat.
Well, we're both Buckeyes, and he told me the only time he doesn't smile is when Michigan beats Ohio State.
All right, to the table we go. Freddie Deeb got about 4 million, quickly folds his hand. Jason Burt, the 23-year-old out of Newport, also
I'm all
folding.
in.
And here goes Sean Kunix. He's gone all in with a junk hand, just 5-4.
Well, he's on the short stack, but still enough to put a little pressure on his opponent.
Vitas out. Lavalley, the chip leader. What will he do? He's got a king deuce, but he's mucking.
And we're around to the big blind now. Craig's got the king 8 of clubs.
Yeah, he's considering this.
600 something?
Well,
605.
it cost him about $525,000 to make the call, and that's a little steep for a king 8. He's opted to lay it down, so good timing there for Sean to move all in and pick up that pot.
Yep. Nice little comeback for Sean. Taking it down with just a 4-5. Back on the comeback trail.
Yeah, there you go. You lose a pot when you flop 3 sixes. You win one when you got just 5 high.
Okay, so right now, Tommy Vitas, the new chip leader, with about 4.2. Jason Lavalley with about 4.1, as does Freddie Deeb. Let's go to the fell Jason Lavalley, this time with a queen 8. Quickly folds his hand.
Back to Craig Crivello.
Yeah, he won't play that. But Freddie Deeb
Oh, he's got the lovely ladies, Vince. He's definitely playing this one.
had him early on. Won a pot with queens. Gets him again. He's going to pop it up to 325,000 to go. Jason out. Sean Kunick's not playing. So Tommy Vita's picking up ace-king, though.
Yep, he's got big slick, as we say. We could see a big pot right here. All the money going in pre-flop. But no, Tommy's opts to just call with the ace-king. Wants to see a flop before he commits any more chips. Had he raised it, I believe we'd have got all the money in between these two guys, but that wasn't the case. And it's come 10 high. Freddie Deeb out in front with the 2 queens.
Yeah, no help for Tommy Vitas.
Tommy checks an ace-king. And Freddie chewing that gum pretty quick. Fires out 400,000.
Yep.
Now, does the speed of him chewing that gum, Vince, have any indication of the strength of his hand or not?
I don't know for sure, but he gets the call.
Yeah. Oh, and a queen comes off on the turn.
Get better and better for him.
Freddie now has top set, as we say. Tommy, of course, could catch a jack and make an ace-high straight to win this pot, but he's not going to draw at it for free because Freddie's coming out firing 600,000. And he is hoping this guy makes some kind of play on this pot right now. You've got top set. You're saying, please raise me. Please, please, please raise it.
Will he get what he wants? Doubtful.
Nope, Tommy's going to give it up. So Freddie Deeb takes down that pot and once again recaptures the chip lead.
Going after his 3rd WPT title, his 5th time at a final table on the World Poker Tour. Will he be successful here tonight? We will see. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour.
Tonight's episode of the World Poker Tour is brought to you by PlayWPT.com. Welcome back to Bellagio and continuing coverage of the final table of Festa al Lago.
You know, Mike, the famous lake outside the Bellagio is known for its beauty. But if you look at some of the beats at this table so far, anything but beautiful. Let's take a look at the chip count.
Oh. Well, our current chip leader, Freddie Deeb, he came to this final table as our chip leader. He still got it. Not by much, though. Jason Lavalley in 2nd place, also with about 4 million. Tommy Vitas in 3rd place now.
All right, go into the felt we go. Craig folds his hand.
Yeah, Freddie Deeb has a small pair, and any pair to Freddie looks good, so he's going to pop it up here, looks like.
Yep, he's got a pair of 4s. Going to move it up to 215,000 to go. Jason Burt folding.
And the entrepreneur from Columbus, Sean Kunick's. He looks at the 9-8 offsuit. He's on the short stack here, but doesn't want to go with this hand.
Okay, let's see what the King of Queens is going to do here. Tommy Vitas. Just a 7-6, folds his hand. And now, wow. Jason Lavalley picking up aces again, Mike.
Unbelievable. Mathematically, you're only supposed to get 2 aces once every 220 deals. He's already had them twice at this final table tonight, and it's early.
Yeah.
He also flopped 3 kings, another hand. Flopped a pair and an open-end straight flush, another hand. He's been a card rack so far at this final table, but also has great poker instincts, that's for sure. Here he's going to raise it, makes it 675,000 to go.
What do you start the hand with?
Around 4 million.
Huh?
Around 4 million.
4 million.
Freddie getting pushed around. Can't like it, especially from this young blood here.
Well, it's several times that this guy has come over the top of Freddie Deeb at this final table, and I guarantee you Freddie's making a mental note of that. And he's going to start pushing back, whether it's a wise decision or not. Certainly this hand, it will not be wise.
No, it wouldn't. Jason with a huge hand. Used to work at McDonald's, and now he's pushing around Freddie Deeb at a poker table for millions.
Yeah, it's going to cost Freddie another 460,000. to play here if he wants to. These are the two chip leaders, remember that. Well, Freddie opts to lay it down, and a good lay down by Freddie Deeb.
And that take the heat. Jason Lavalley cracking a smile. You could fry an egg on Freddie's head right now. He's going to get annoyed by this young player.
Well, I think he is a little bit frustrated by him, but he's been around the block, so I expect him to keep his cool. Let's see what happens.
Well, we started out this tournament with 275 players. 6 still remain. Action on the young Jason Burt. Quickly folds his hand. Kunig's also out.
Down to Tommy Vitas now. Got the Jack 3 of hearts. Going to lay it down.
Around to the Montreal card rack. Jason Lavalley. He's got ace jack. Pretty good hand here.
Well, he's on the button in position. Got good chips. And he is going to raise it to 200,000.
To George Clooney, who folds.
Now Freddie looks down at a 7-5 offsuit. He's got 80,000 out there. Cost him another 120 to make the call. And yes, he's reached for a lot of chips here. Those are $100,000 chips.
Raise.
And he is going to raise. Well, we predicted it. You know, this kid's getting under his skin a little bit, so he's going to try to bluff him a pot. Makes it 800,000. Now you're sitting on ace jack. You're up against the chip leader. What do you do when you're in second chip position with this hand?
Freddie Deeb, the master at work, trying to pull off a bluff against the online pro. But look at the young kid. It's not like he's playing online. He's studying his man. He's not just looking down at a computer. He's trying to get a read on Freddie Deeb.
Well, he's trying to figure out if this is what we call a revenge raise or not. Indeed, that's exactly what it is.
Is it possible to see Freddie Deeb sweat?
Well, right now, Jason's doing a little sweating. He's got to figure out what to do with the ace jack here.
I'm all in.
Wow. He is going all in over the top of Freddie one more time, and again, he's made the right decision here. Now, Freddie Deeb has really got to be frustrated now.
Yep, he mucks his hand.
Yeah, if Matty just didn't call the 200,000, where at least you get to see a flop and you might bust the guy. Instead, he went for another 600.
Life is good for Lavalley. We're coming back with more action from the Festa Alago in just a moment. Stay with us.
Well, Bellagio is a classy place, beautiful looking place, nice looking poker room. Everything is nice at the Bellagio. And there's a lot of money at the Bellagio.
The buy-in for this tournament is $15,000. We had 275 entries, so we had over $4 million in prize money, and first place is $1.2 million.
When it boils down to it, believe me, that's what it's all about.
Welcome back to Bellagio. We're here on the World Poker Tour. 6 players remain.
Well, Bellagio is the Yankee Stadium of poker, no doubt about it. Players from around the world descend on events at Bellagio because it's a classy place. They put on classy tournaments, and there's big money here, Vinny.
Oh, there is. I've left a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in that poker room. And as you can see, Jason Lavalley from Montreal is the chip leader with about $5 million in chips. Right now, here are some of the former champions of the Festa Alago.
What's unusual about this group of champions is that no American-born player has ever taken this WPT title. It's always been a foreign player. Let's see if that trend changes tonight.
Things could turn around. Over 1.2 million going to the winner. Let's go down to the felt. Action on the man from Queens, now living out of Vegas, Tommy Vitas. He's got his King Jack. That was very good to him early on.
And he's got Kojak. Looks a little bit like Kojak's grandson or nephew or something, doesn't
But
he?
you think everyone that has no hair looks like Telly Savalas, so what are you going to do?
And I do. I think no hair and guys that play poker, they remind me of Telly.
All right. Well, he's going to call it. And Jason Lavalley, the Montreal card rack, has ace queen this time. Looks like he's going to raise.
Well, you're always a little leery when the guy limps in under the gun, but it's not going to stop Jason from raising it. He makes it 300,000 to go.
Into Craig Crivillo.
Who quickly calls 300,000. He also has the Kojak hand.
Freddie out, Jason out. And Sean Kunix will not compete.
So back around to Tommy. Very unusual that Tommy and Craig have the same hand. The King Jack.
Just call him Telly if you want to, Mike. Oh, you want to.
You get angry when I do that.
Yes, I do.
Well, Tommy makes the call, so two guys got the same hand. Jason out in front with the ace-queen.
Let's go to the flop.
Well, flop comes ace-jack-deuce. Nice flop for Jason. He's flop top pair. The other two guys have flop second pair.
And they both check, surprisingly.
700.
Craig is now going to bet. He said they check. Maybe they don't have an ace. I've got second pair with top kicker. Let me make a wager here.
Yeah, 700,000. Tommy Vitas out.
How much you got left after that?
Lavalley saying, how much you got left?
He's put about half his stack in there, Vince. He's got 800,000 or 900,000 left. Now, the only way you could possibly fold this hand, in my mind, is that you specifically put this guy on ace-king or ace-jack. There is no other hand you can put him on where he wouldn't have come over the top of you pre-flop if he had you beat.
It's kind of sick. I think we have the same hand.
Now look at this. He's saying maybe we have the same hand. No, you're well out in front, my friend. Now show us why you're one of the top online players in the world and pump him back.
Well, part of his problem here is that he didn't bet himself. I don't know why you wouldn't bet with that kind of board.
Unless he wanted to check raise. You can't get that hurt getting involved here.
I fold.
Oh, look at this. I'm stunned. He's going to lay down his hand.
Wow, what a lay down there. Well, he made two mistakes here. One was not betting out when he flopped the two aces, and two was laying it down. He had to put his opponent exactly on ace-king or ace-jack there. Otherwise, he has to play that hand.
All I do is fold.
Sometimes you can over-respect the player, and that's exactly what happened there. But look at this, the wonder cam. He actually did make a good laydown. He would have had a bad beat there.
So Jason made the wrong play at the right time.
Stay tuned. We're coming back with more action here on the World Poker Tour.
Tonight's episode of the World Poker Tour is brought to you by PlayWPT.com.
Welcome back to the Yankee Stadium of Poker, Bellagio, for the continuing coverage of the Festa Alago.
Last season's champ, Elke Gross-Perrier, went on to become the WPT Player of the Year. And Vince, you know all these players will love to follow in Elke's footsteps. Let's get back to the action.
And right now, Jason Lavalley is the chip leader with about 4.7 million in chips. The action's on him. He's got 8-6 this time. He won't play. Now Craig Cravillo with a 7-5. He also goes out. Freddie going away. And now Jason Burt. Very tight. He's got king-queen this time.
Well, I guarantee he's going to play this one on the button.
I'm all in.
Yep, he's gone all in. Sean Koenig's out.
Well, Tommy goes out as well. Lays down the ace high. So a nice all-in bet there by the 22-year-old, and he picks up the pot. He's the youngest player at the table, graduate of Caltech, majored in mechanical engineering.
Yep, full-time poker player, first time in a WPT event.
Well, very impressive when you make a WPT final table the first time you play in a WPT tournament. Can't do better than that.
All right, to the felt we go again. Freddie Deeb, very patient, folds an ace-4.
Back around to Jason Burt.
He goes out.
I'm all in.
Round to the short stack. Sean Koenig, the entrepreneur from Columbus. He moves all in with the 8-6 suited here.
His wife, Chris, rooting him on.
We got a little over 500,000 left. Blinds are 50 and 100,000. Kind of hand you have to move in with.
Now Tommy Vitas, though, has a pair of 4s and the button, and he mucks it quickly.
I'm a little surprised at that.
Have a layout.
How much is it?
Oh, but look at this. Craig Cravillo saying how much?
550.
Well, he's definitely going to call it here with an ace-queen. You're not going to lay this hand down.
Yep, he makes the call.
He does make the call.
Maybe it's showdown time.
So the entrepreneur from Columbus, Ohio, Sean Koenig,
6-8 of
an
hearts.
underdog to stay alive, but let's see if he can get lucky.
Good luck, Sean.
Thank you.
Yep, Sean Koenig from Ohio, the entrepreneur, on the ropes right now.
Sweat it back here.
Well, he's always happy, though.
It's good-natured for sure. Optimistic. Here come the first three, Mike.
Oh, it's come king, 10, 6, all diamonds.
He's got the sixes.
Oh, yeah, I'm up right now, but if a diamond comes or a jack, oh my
He has made a pair of sixes, but his opponent has a lot of outs.
Wow, who's the favorite?
An ace, a queen, a jack, or a diamond will all win the pot for him.
There's Craig's family.
Well, everybody holding their breath. The three of hearts comes off on a turn. So far, so good for Sean.
Come on!
Sean's still out in front.
Yeah!
One card to go here. Let's see if he can hold him off. He's got to dodge an ace, a queen, a jack, or a diamond.
His dream of becoming a WPT champion on the line, but it's a diamond.
Jack of diamonds comes off. Craig Crivillo is going to make an ace-high flush to win this pot and eliminate Sean Kunix from this tournament.
It's all right.
That's going to do it for the Buckeye, out tonight in 6th place.
Yep, the take-home close to $170,000. A big sport there, a big effort.
Good luck, everybody.
And just like that, 5 players remain at the Festa El Lago in Las Vegas. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour. Welcome back to the Festa El Lago in Las Vegas. I'm Vince Van Patten alongside Mike Sexton. We have 5 players remaining.
Our current chip leader is the Canadian Jason Lavallée with about 4.9 million in chips.
Yep, Freddie Deeb going after his 3rd WPT title with about 3.5. Tommy Vitas in 2nd chip position, 3.7. They all got chips right now, except for the short stack. Jason Burt down to about 1.1. Let's go to the table.
Now action on Craig Crivillo. He folds.
Yeah, Freddie also folding. And now Jason Burt with a 10-6. Won't play that.
So we got the battle of the blinds here. Tommy Vitas looks down at ace deuce of diamonds.
300.
He's going to raise it to 300,000.
Yeah, put a little pressure on the chip leader, Lavallée, who has a 4-5 of diamonds.
And I've noticed he hasn't played these suited connectors at this final table, but here he's in position. He's got the chip lead. And he is going to make the call.
So ace deuce of diamonds up against 4-5 of diamonds.
Well, here comes the flop. Well, flop comes queen, 5, deuce. Tommy has flopped bottom pair and checks. Jason has flopped middle pair. And he also checks. So conservative play on the flop. A 3 comes off. Tommy again checks. Now Jason also has an open-end straight draw to go along with his 2nd pair.
And thus he is going to bet $375,000.
Well, he's got the best hand and the best draw.
Tommy with the pair of deuces and a straight draw.
Well, that's what he's saying is the guy didn't bet on the flop. Did a 3 really help this guy? Maybe he's got something like a jack 10 and just making a move at this pot. I'm going to call him with the 2 deuces.
All right, down to the river. Who's going to get lucky?
Well, a queen comes off.
Helps neither player. Again, Tommy Vitas checking.
I check.
True pair.
Which one?
Deuce.
He's just going to turn up his cards. He's going to win this pot with queens and 5s.
So the rich get richer. Chip leader extends his chip lead by a little bit. Jason Lavallée.
I like it.
Tonight we're playing for the winner, taking home over $1.2 million.
Chips later, at least.
Massive prize pool. And there, of course, Freddie Deeb going after his 3rd WPT title.
Well, here Freddie picks up a nice hand. He's got ace queen.
We open up late.
He's going to raise it. Makes it 400,000 to go.
Next to act, Jason Burt. He's got ace jack of spades.
Well, Jason's been the most conservative player at this table.
I'm all in.
Here he's got a pretty decent hand. He's going all in.
Sure is. Tommy Vitas out. Jason also out, as is Craig
I think I have
Crivillo.
1.1.
I call.
And Freddie making the right call. He's going to love this.
Well, he's going to love it because he has his opponent dominated. It's ace queen versus ace jack. Freddie about a 3-1 favorite to win this pot and eliminate Jason Burt from this tournament.
Yeah, trouble lurking for Jason Burt, the graduate out of Caltech. Full-time poker player, first WPT event, in a lot of trouble right now.
Well, everybody on their feet. Here comes the flop. Well, it comes king, queen, 4. Freddie has flopped a pair of queens. Jason, however, can catch a 10 and make an ace-high straight to win this pot. 2 running spades would do it as well.
He's got some hope. Would he dare do that to the great Freddie Deeb? 2 cards to come. Here's 4th Street.
Well, 9 of diamonds comes off, so we are down to the river card. The 22-year-old must catch a 10 on the river to stay alive in this tournament.
Otherwise, he'd be out in 5th place. He continues to smile. Can he get lucky?
Nope, 8 of spade comes on the river, so that's going to do it for the mechanical engineering major. A graduate of Caltech, Jason Bird, is going to be out in 5th place. And Vince, he can go get his compass and head back to the drawing board.
Yeah, well, he's going to pick up $208,000. And there you see Freddie Deeb.
So by winning that pot, Freddie Deeb takes one step closer to winning his 3rd WPT title.
Well, this is going to have to do it for now. We have run out of time.
So join us again next time for the conclusion of the final table of Bellagio's Festa al Lago. I don't understand what this is for here.
The World Poker Tour. The biggest games, the greatest players, and the largest payouts on the planet. The WPT is a series of international high-stakes poker tournaments that can turn amateur players into millionaires and make professionals into superstars. With millions of dollars on the line, it's time for these 4 players to live the dream of fame, fortune, and the one thing money can't buy, a WPT title. Tonight on the World Poker Tour.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the spectacular Bellagio on the Las Vegas Strip, where continuing coverage of the multi-million-dollar Festa al Lago final table is about to get underway. I'm Mike Sexton, along with Vince Van Patten, and this is the WPT.
And Mike, the Bellagio is really known for its big-time gambling action, the best in Vegas, in the most elegant setting. But the beauty of the Bellagio turned a little ugly last time for some of these players.
You're not kidding, Vince. And we
Yes.
saw how cruel poker can be, as East Coast rounder Tommy Vitas caught a 4-outer, sending Ohio businessman Sean Kunix back to the Buckeye State. While chip leader Jason Lavallee made it look easy by getting pocket aces twice. And young Jason Burke, well, he barely played before he was sent packing.
Well, that's right. With 4 players left, it's WPT champ Freddie Deeb, who's hoping to make some poker history. A win tonight would be a record-tying 3rd title for one of poker's greatest players.
There's a lake full of cash and that coveted Tiffany's WPT Champions bracelet all on the line tonight. Who's going to take it down?
I have no idea, Mike, but there's only one way to find out. Let's go watch him gamble.
So here we go. The final table of the Festa al Lago at Bellagio about to continue. We started this event with 275 players. We are down to our final 4. The winner tonight will take home $1.2 million.
That's right, and as you can see from the chart, Jason Lavallee, the 23-year-old out of Montreal, Canada, is the chip leader with $5.6 million. Freddie Deeb with about $4.7 million. And Freddie trying to make a little poker history, becoming the 2nd player to win 3 WPT titles. Will it happen? Let's go to the felt. Action on the man from Queens, Tommy Vitas. He quickly folds his hand.
Well, all 4 of these players have over $3 million in chips, so it's anybody's game. Here, Jason Lavallee limps in on the button with ace-8 offsuit.
And Craig Crevillo, George Clooney look-alike, has a pair of 3s here.
Well, he's going to call as well.
Yes, he is. And Freddie Deeb with a queen-jack in the big blind.
Freddie's thinking about raising it. Both these guys limping in here like this.
Check.
And he says, I'm content to see a flop.
So here we go, 3-way action. Here comes that flop. Let's come queen 5-4. Freddie Deeb is flop top pair, but action is on Craig Crevillo. He has the 2 3s. And look at this, Vince. What we perceive to be the tightest player at the table is betting the 3s here.
Well, he was when it was 6-handed for sure, but he's going to open up his game a little bit. He's trying to bet $250,000.
Well, Freddie says, let's see what you really got, as he makes it $600,000.
Yep, and our chip leader going out. Back on Craig Crevillo, who used to work in buildings as an iron worker in Milwaukee.
I hope you don't need a 3.
Now a poker player. He's going to lay it down.
Well, he shows him a 2 3s.
You think I need a 3 there?
I said, I hope you don't.
Gives the respect to Freddie Deeb, and just like that, Freddie Deeb is going to take the first pot.
Well, Freddie Deeb, a 2-time WPT champion, going for his 3rd title tonight.
Winner's going to take home over $1.2 million. Jason Lavallee from Montreal, an online pro. Only 23 years old, quickly folds his hand.
Said he started playing poker when he was 18 years old online. Also said he won over $1 million last year playing poker.
Craig also out. Now Freddie Deeb with just a 6-deuce is going to call it. Tommy Vitas from Queens Content to see the flop with Jack 4, and he gets a piece of that pair of 4s. And Freddie getting nothing. But Freddie Deeb coming out to bet 125,000 with his nothing.
Well, he's getting called by Tommy with bottom pair.
There's the grinder, Mizrachi, friend of Tommy Vitas in the audience, rooting his friend on.
Oh, a dream card for Tommy there is now he has 3 4s.
Check.
But Freddie with absolute zip and pip checks this one.
Tommy checking 3 4s right behind him, trying to trap him. The 10 comes off on the river.
Nothing card
Check.
again for Freddie Deeb. Freddie not going to bite, and Vitas has to bet his 3 of a kind. 220. Does he want to
What do you do? Check a 4?
try a little larceny? And look at, he's right on.
Jack.
Good hand.
Well, Freddie said, what'd you do? Check a 4, the 3 4s? How's that for putting your opponent on a hand, folks? That's why Freddie Deeb, the
King
two-time
Jack.
WPT champion, he took one stab at bluffing the pot and then just waved the flag and gave it up.
It can be nothing. I got 2 6s.
And that's a wise thing to do sometimes when you play poker. Cut your losses and run.
You're good, Freddie. You're good.
I hope to be lucky and good. That's the best way to do it, buddy.
This is true.
Luck is more important sometimes.
There's more exciting action from Bellagio's Festa al Lago right after this, so stay tuned.
Today is a new day, and I guarantee you today they ain't gonna play the same way they played yesterday. We're on TV. It's a final table. So I don't know how they're gonna play today. I'm gonna have to see and then make my plan.
Freddie Deeb.
Hey boys, what's the advice now?
Freddie's good. He's unconventional, but still really good.
350.
How much?
350.
He sort of spazzes out in some spots, but at the same time, he's really good at reading people, and he's really good post-flop, so he's pretty tough.
We are back here at Bellagio on the World Poker Tour, and Youth saying it like it is, at least in his eyes. He's saying that Freddie Deeb, two-time WPT champion, is a pretty good player. Mike, it's tough to get a compliment these days, huh?
Well, you know, the young guys have confidence in their game. They don't think a lot of the old school players on many occasions, and I think it's a mistake on their part.
Well, he's the chip leader right now, Jason Lavalley. But let's go to the felt. It's actions on Craig Crivello. He's got ace-4.
He's going to raise it up here. First position makes it 300,000 to go.
Freddie out, but Tommy Vitas from Queens, New York. He's got ace-jack.
Well, many times you'd come over a guy with this hand in a four-handed poker game, but they respect Craig as a rather solid player, so Tommy just opted to call here.
Yep, Jason out, two-way action.
Now flop comes king, 9-8, no help for either player. Action's going to be on Tommy. He checks. And Craig is reaching for chips to make the continuation bet, it looks like. Indeed he is.
Yep, it looks like a $525,000 bet from a former iron worker out of Milwaukee.
Well, that's how you win hands in poker, folks. You take control of the hand. You raise before the flop. You bet on the flop. Doesn't matter what happens. 70% of the time, you know your opponent's not going to connect with the flop. That was the case there. He got the better hand out by betting.
Winner's going to take home over 1.2 here tonight, become a WPT Poker-Made millionaire. So who's it going to be? Action on Jason. Quickly folds his hand. And back on Craig, who has a 9-7 of hearts.
Well, he just earned that last pot with the worst hand. So why not raise it again here? And that's what he's doing. 275,000 this time. I'll tell you, Craig is taking some play pills somewhere on the break, Vince.
Yeah, he's opened up his game, but might be the wrong time because on his left, Freddie Deeb with a big ace-queen.
I'm sure Freddie's also noticed this guy's playing a lot more pots now. He knows you can't have a hand every time. He's got an ace-queen and a pretty good duke, so he's going to raise it.
Oh, yeah.
7-1.
It looks like he's moving up 700,000 more. He's saying, take that, George Clooney, as Tommy Vitas from Queens goes out.
Well, Craig can't stand that kind of heat, so he lays his hand down there. And Freddie Deeb picks up yet another pot.
Very nonchalant. Freddie Deeb, 5 times at a WPT final table, 2 titles, and he is one step closer to becoming a 3-time WPT champion.
Well, there's the guy he's trying to catch tonight. Gus Hansen, the all-time winner on the World Poker Tour with 3 titles. Freddie Deeb could tie that record tonight if he could win this thing.
All right, we will see. Back to the action we go. Freddie Deeb first to act. Let's take a look at his cards.
Oh, big hand for Freddie. 2 kings he picks up. Makes it 400,000 to go.
Yes, he does. And right behind him, the man from Queens, Tommy, has a pair of ladies.
Well, these are giant hands in a 4-handed poker game, and this could spell doom for Tommy Vitas right here.
Absolutely tremendous.
850 more.
And he's going to bump it.
850.
Yeah, he's going to raise 850,000.
Jason out.
Oops, sorry.
Craig out as well.
Well, Freddie is not going out with 2 kings, I promise you that.
Oh, no.
Just a matter if he sets the guy all in here or not.
How much you got left?
Saying how much you
Started
got.
with 3.2.
What you got left?
Oh, this could be a bloodbath.
1.8.
He's counting it down,
1.8.
but I don't see what Freddie's thinking about here. I just set him all in. Well, Freddie cracking his knuckles.
I'm on it.
There you go.
Well, he
Call.
does go all in,
Huh?
Call.
and
You
he's
call?
been called by Tommy. So Freddie Deeb in great shape here.
What a cold deck.
Well, that's what Tommy Vitas is saying.
Nice hand, Freddie.
Thank you. I hope so. I hope it stays nice.
Well, Vince, with 6 players left in this tournament, Tommy Vitas was an 80% underdog to stay alive, yet he sucked out there to stay alive. Could he possibly do it one more time?
Tommy Vitas used to sell cars, was in construction, now living in Vegas, just in an awkward place right now. Can't blame him for calling. You got to take your shots in a 4-handed poker game. To have queens up against kings, just a rotten time for you.
Just king it and finish it off.
Well, once again, Tommy finds himself as an 80% underdog to stay alive in this tournament. He survived it before. As the flop comes Jack 9-5, he's going to have to hit 2 running cards to make a straight or catch a queen.
At least no suits.
Not exactly the flop he wanted. Tommy on the side, gasping for air. Here comes the turn card.
Well, 6 of hearts comes off. So Freddie Deeb about to take great command of this tournament, but no! A queen comes off on the river. Lightning strikes again for Tommy Vitas. Unbelievable draw out here. He was a 95% underdog to win this pot with 1 card to go, yet he spiked the queen to stay alive. Destiny is staring this guy straight in the face, in my opinion.
Sick.
Twice he got all his money in as an 80% underdog. Twice he survived.
Sorry, Freddie.
Sick.
Unbelievable. Freddie Deeb,
my gosh.
deeply distraught. He cannot believe it.
Born and raised in Queens. That's where I got him.
We have a new king of queens, and that is Tommy Vitas.
I wasn't even in that hand, and I feel violated.
Pain and loathing in Las Vegas continues. We're coming back with more action from Bellagio in just a moment here on the World Poker Tour.
Tonight's episode of the World Poker Tour is brought to you by PlayWPT.com.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. 4 players remain at the Festa El Lago at the Bellagio.
Well, there you see Freddie Deeb still suffering over the beat he took. This was it right here when Tommy Vitas hit a queen on the river against Freddie's 2 kings.
Just king it and finish it off.
The only out he had to win that pot, and there it came. Freddie was going to take command of this tournament with 3 players left. Instead, he's now in 4th chip position.
I'll tell you, Mike, poker is pain, and pain is poker. And right now you see Tommy Vitas is our new chip leader with over $6 million. Let's go down to the felt. Action going to the great Freddie Deeb.
Well, he goes out.
Yep, he does. And now our chip leader, Tommy Vitas, with ace-10 of clubs. Strong hand with the button. He's getting chips out to raise 360,000 to go.
Jason in the small blind looks at a 6-9 and folds.
Only one to beat. Craig Crivillo from Vegas with Jack 10.
360.
Looks like he's going to play. So Jack 10 up against Ace 10. Here we go.
Well, flop comes King Jack 9 with 2 clubs. So Craig has 2 jacks and a straight draw. He's got the best hand right now, and he's going to lead out and bet 285,000. Tommy's got the nut flush draw and a straight draw.
Pretty strong hand. How's he going to play it? just calling.
Well, that surprised me. I would have come over the top there, but let's see what happens. Well, now the board pairs kings. Now this, I believe, is a good card for Craig. You would have thought Tommy would have raised him had he had a king in his hand, so he's got to feel like his jacks are the best hand right now, even though the board paired kings.
And he's going to bet it. 475.
This is the problem. When you just call with a nut flush draw on the flop and now the guy bets on the turn, do you want to call with just one card to go to catch? Well, Tommy's gambled several times in this same spot, and he's doing it again here. He's drawing to the flush and the straight, of course.
Well, he's been good at catching cards tonight. He's going to try to make this work too, and he makes it work.
He's done it again, Vince. He's not only made the ace-high flush, his opponent's made a straight.
Oh, what a delight. Action on Craig as he takes his time, and he's going to put chips out. Looks like $500,000.
Well, that's a very small bet into a pot that's got about 2.3 million in it. So I'd be surprised Tommy wouldn't just raise him here, but you're always fearful of a full house when the board pairs like that.
Cool.
And he makes a crying call with the ace-high flush. He's going to win the pot as Craig turns up the straight.
Good hand, Tom.
Craig Crivillo saying good hand with absolutely no honesty.
So Tommy Vita's going to take down that pot to that 3.3 million in it.
Boy, the pain continues. You see it in the face of Craig Crivillo, gasping for air there. That hurts. What a hand, what a suck-out king Tommy Vitas is at this point.
He hit lightning on the river once again.
And in the audience is Tommy's buddy, Michael the Grinder Mizrachi.
Well, I'm rooting for Tommy Vitas, and also I love Freddie Deeb as well. I mean, those are two of my buddies, so whichever one wins, I'm happy for. It's an adrenaline rush when you win a pot. It's such a great feeling when you suck out. And when you get beat, it's like the worst feeling in the world, but that's how the game goes, and that's the excitement for the game. I mean, to outdraw somebody is like, it's the best feeling.
Well, there you have it. From a two-time WPT champion, Michael the Grinder Mizrachi.
All right, back to the trouble pit. Action on Tommy Vitas, the king of queens. He's got a 10-8 this time, and he gets to take a rest, goes out. Jason also out.
That's a battle of the blinds here. Craig limps in with a king 7 in the small blind, and Freddie with a 4-3. Happy to see a flop. And the flop comes queen 7-3. Well, Craig has flopped second pair. Freddie has flopped bottom pair.
Craig first to act, and he's going to bet 200,000.
Make a forfeit.
Again, Freddie, an expert at making these smallish raises to find out where he's at. He makes it 450,000 to go. Just wants to see if this guy's really got a queen in his hand, or a 7 for that matter, and not just making a move at the pot.
Shows you how important position is on an opponent.
Now what happens is you make these raises to find out where you're at. If your opponent comes back over the top of you.
Wow, he says all in.
Well,
foiled again.
450.
Well, now all Freddie can beat is a bluff. So if you think the guy's bluffing, you may call him with the 2 3s, but I don't think Freddie's going to think this guy's bluffing here for all his dough.
Gutsy move by Craig Crivillo. Pushing it right there, and it's going to work.
A very nice move. He just didn't put Freddie on a queen. Thought he would have raised before the flop. He'd had some big cards like that one. Thought his 2 7s were the best hand. He went with it. Nice play.
Freddie Deeb going downhill fast. Stay with us. We're coming back with more action here on the World Poker Tour.
Being a New Yorker is a big advantage in the poker world. To win this event, you got to be a little bit of everything. Yeah, lucky, aggressive. From growing up in the streets of New York and knowing when to get involved in something and not, I guess it's kind of like instinct to me.
We are back here on the World Poker Tour at Bellagio for the Festa al Lago. 4 players remain here tonight.
Well, Tommy Vitas' theory, You can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere, including the Greenfelt.
And he's the chip leader at this point with $8 million in chips. Second place, Jason Lavallée from Montreal, $4.8 million. He's only 23 years old. And Freddie Deeb, he's on the short stack with 1.3. And the blinds are going up to 60 and 120,000. Let's go to the action. Freddie Deeb, first to act, looks down at a king jack of hearts.
Well, not a bad hand in a four-handed poker game, that's for sure. See what Freddie's going to do with it.
275.
He's going to raise it to 275,000.
Into Mr. Lucky, Mr. Queen's Tommy Vitas. And he has this time an ace jack.
And he's got Freddie dominated here, as we say. But he's just going to call, does not re-raise with the ace jack.
Let's see what Jason does. Goes out.
Craig out as well. So the same two guys that battle in that big pot with the kings and queens fighting it out again. This time it's king jack for Freddie and ace jack for Tommy. Tommy out in front this time. Well, flop comes 10-9-8 with one heart and two clubs.
Gives both players an open-ended straight draw.
Oh, Vince Freddie's only got about $1 million left.
Check.
He's checking.
All in.
And Tommy's going all in here. And in my view, that's the play that Freddie should have made. You never want to call your money off on a draw, but you don't mind betting it off on a draw because you might win the pot without getting contested. And now Freddie's in dire straits as to what to do. As the cards lie, he can only catch a king or a queen to win this pot. He could get two running hearts to win it, but he's in a pickle now. Once you don't bet...
Can't believe I didn't bet it. Now I don't want to call it.
Well, there you heard him. And I agree with exactly what he's saying.
A little lapse of concentration, perhaps. He has not been the same since he had his kings cracked on the river by this man on his left right here.
Well, when you're a 19-1 favorite with one card to go and you don't win the pot, it does make you a little dizzy.
Yeah. And he just let this check go a little too fast, and he's paying for it now. He's squirming in his seat. Doesn't want to have to give this up, but he blew the play.
Well, he did blow it, in my opinion. I might have got called anyway. But had he moved all in and put pressure on Tommy, what would he have done with just an open-end straight draw in that case? If he makes the call, you just got to try to outdraw him. But in my view, I don't think Freddie can call this now that he checked on the flop. And he doesn't. He lays it down. And it's a good lay down as the cards lie because he can only catch it, win it with a king or a queen or two running hearts. But he could have put a lot of pressure on Tommy, in my view, had he moved in on the flop.
Well, here's the wonder cam, and a queen would have come up.
Oh, don't show that to Freddie. He'd have made the stone nuts.
Yep.
So had he moved in or had he gambled and called there, he would have doubled up.
Slow down, buddy. Can't run away with it yet.
I laid down a big hand, buddy. I just didn't like it. I should have if I bet it.
He's second guessing himself. Kind of interesting that he says that. Let these guys know that he's ready to be plucked off. He is on an extreme short stack right now. Action goes to him.
You can just read his body language right now. He looks like doom.
He does.
I'm all in.
And now he's going all in with an ace-4.
Can't blame him for this, really. But right behind him, Tommy Vitas holding over him again with the 2 6s.
Call.
And he's making the call.
He sure is. Jason out with a pair of 3s, and Craig with an ace-7. The diamonds won't play. It's two-handed poker.
Well, Tommy in great shape to win this pot. About a 3-1 favorite. And remember, we saw Craig throw an ace away, so Freddie Deeb in dire straits. He's going to capture that third World Poker Tour title tonight. He's going to have to get very lucky here to do it.
Yep, he's got to beat the man with the velvet jacket. Originally from Queens, Tommy Vitas. And he's been tough all night long. Freddie came in this as the chip leader to the final table. He's on the ropes right now.
Well, Vince, that's how like it is. Tommy's been very lucky to even be in this tournament right now. Twice he was all in as an 80% underdog. Twice he won those pots. Here he's a nice favorite, and it's a good flop for him as it comes 8-7 deuce.
Yep. Not the one that Freddie Deeb wanted to see.
Well, Freddie's going to have to catch 2 cards to make a straight or hit an ace. It's the only way he can win the pot. Well, 10 of diamonds comes off, so we are down to the river. Freddie Deeb must catch an ace on the river, or he'll be our 4th place finisher.
Freddie Deeb's head going lower and lower into the poker table at this point. He's not going to do it.
Yeah, Queen of Spades comes off. Well, I said it was Tommy's destiny when he made those 2 big drawouts when he was all in. Now he had the best hand. It held up. He's on the move, and Freddie is moving out.
Big celebration for the chip leader, Tommy Vitas.
I think we're shipping this out.
I was playing well, that's all I know. Okay, thank you. Thanks, bye-bye.
Well, Freddie is out. He is gone. There's 3 players left going after that first place prize of over $1.2 million. Stay tuned. We're coming back with more action here on the World Poker Tour.
Bellagio appeals to the people that want to come and have a good time and aren't afraid to spend a little extra money to do so. In this event, first place is over $1.2 million. The players have got plenty of playing time, so they need to mix patience with aggression. When you get that mix correctly, then you become a World Poker Tour champion.
We are in Las Vegas for the conclusion of Bellagio's Festa Al Lago.
And Mike, the competition has been fierce. There's been dunking in the lake tonight. They're getting drenched. Let's get back to the game.
Well, these are the 3 guys fighting it out for that coveted WPT title and the $1.2 million first place prize.
As you can see, Tommy Vitas, originally out of Queens, now a poker pro out of Vegas, out in front with $9.6 million. Jason Lavallée with $4.9, and Craig Crivillo, $1.8. Let's go to the table. Blinds are still 60 and 120,000. Action going on Craig.
Well, he looks down at the Queen Deuce of clubs.
What is it, 120? 320.
Well, he's going to raise it here with this hand. Makes it 320,000 to go. And you have to give this guy credit, Vince. When we got down to 4 players, he stepped up his game. When you play short-handed, folks, you got to mix it up. You got to play more hands with more marginal cards. Craig is doing that here, winning that pot by raising with a Queen Deuce.
By the way, I haven't seen him make a mistake tonight yet. Very shifty play, changed gears beautifully. He's a real contender.
Craig is unbeatable.
It's not running good against
He
me.
is on the short stack at this point. And you got to beat the luck of the Queens man, who's beating everyone up, getting lucky, sucking out. So Craig has definitely got his work cut out for him. Back to the felt we go. Jason Lavallée, a former chip leader. Here's a pair of 10s, an attractive hand. And he's going to raise it, makes it 280,000.
Well, Craig now looks down at Kojak. He's got the King-Jack hand. That's a total of 280,000. He's got 60,000 in there now in the small blind, so.
All in.
Wow, he's going to push with this King-Jack.
Well, indeed he is. He's moving all in with it.
King of Queens goes out, and a quick call by Jason Lavallée.
We've got the race situation, the 2 overcards versus the under pair. To win tournaments, you got to win races. Let's see who's going to win this one.
Pictures! We need pictures!
If Craig Crivillo does not win it, he'll be out in 3rd place. His family is pulling for him, his daughter in the crowd there. The 2 overcards for Craig. He's all smiles.
Everyone on their feet.
There's Jason's friends hollering.
A big moment for this young 23-year-old.
Come on, put some paint.
Jason wins this pot. We'll be down to heads up.
And here's the flop.
Now it's come Queen A3. No help for Craig there. He could catch 2 runners to make a straight. Otherwise, he needs to catch a king or a jack to take the lead.
Yeah, he winced when he saw that flop.
Jack's my lucky card.
Now he's saying his jack is his lucky card. Could he be correct?
Jack.
Well, the turn card, the 9 of hearts, a good card for Jason, as that cuts some of Craig's outs away from him. So he needs a king or a 10 to stay alive. That's not a heart. Otherwise, Craig Crivillo will be our 3rd place finisher.
He needs the long shot to come in. Will it be? Here it is. No, another 9. It's not going to do it.
So that's going to do it for the former iron worker, Craig Crivillo, out tonight in 3rd place.
Good game.
Oh, boy. Walks away with 477,000. Gets a big hug from his daughter, Lindy.
Well, she's all smiles, too. Proud of Papa. He put on a good show here this week.
You know you want to win it. You come this far, you want to win it. So I took a shot there. I took a gamble, and it didn't pay off.
And the cash is coming out for the money presentation.
One of these two players will become the next WPT champion.
The money, the title, the bracelet, they're all on the line. Stay with us as the heads-up battle is about to begin.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour, where heads-up action is about to start at the final table of Bellagio's Festa al Lago.
Oh, man, a lake full of cash and that coveted Tiffany's WPT Champions bracelet all on the line. Let the games begin.
Well, we are down to two players. Tommy Vitas, our current chip leader, with $8.8 million. Jason Lavalley with about $7.7 million. One of these guys is going to take home a coveted WPT title and that $1.2 million first place prize.
And Jason Lavalley on the very first hand with King 9 is raised to $300,000. And a quick call by Tommy with a 10-7. Here's the flop.
Oh, what a flop. Jason has flopped the top two pair. Tommy has flopped an open-end straight draw.
Tommy quickly checks it. Jason going to bet 425.
Now, Tommy's going to make the call with the open-end straight draw. So off to the turn we go. Queen of Spade comes off. Again, Tommy checks. Price of poker's going up a little here, it looks like. Jason betting $850,000. Action on Tommy. And Vince, we've seen this guy call with straight draws several times at this final table, and he's doing it again. $850,000 to call with an open-end straight draw.
Because he usually catches.
But his problem is, even if a jack comes off, Vince, where he'd make the hand, chances are he's not going to get paid off.
Well, it didn't hit here, and he checks it.
There's a 4-card straight on the board. Your opponent's not going to pay off many times.
$2 million.
Well, $2 million is bet on the river by Jason. He's going to take down this pot. If I was going to criticize Tommy for something regarding his poker game, is I think he calls too much with straight draws. He hasn't hit one yet tonight trying to catch him. Well, he hit that nut flush on the river that one hand where he won a big pot, but he was lucky to do that.
Well, the blinds are going up to 80 and 160,000. Action back on Tommy. He's got Jack 9 this time.
Well, right now we are virtually at dead heat in terms of chip count.
And he's just going to call it. Jason behind him, content to see a flop. He has ace-deuce. He didn't raise. Ace-deuce of diamonds, and he catches the ace right there on the flop.
Now comes ace-jack 6. Tommy's got second pair. Jason has top pair.
And Jason has checked it, and Tommy also checking.
Wow, what a check by Tommy.
Queen on the turn here.
Jason's now reaching for chips here. He's going to bet $225,000.
Quick call by Tommy Vitas.
Well, just didn't believe the guy had an ace because he didn't bet on the flop. And now another ace comes off. So this card could get Tommy in further trouble. Well, Jason is going to bet the 3 aces here, $500,000.
Well, he disguised it well. He didn't raise before the flop with the ace. So, you know, you get good value if you do have an ace and it comes up. Oh, he's going to call it.
Well, he does pay him off, and he is going to lose the pot. As Jason Lavalley is going to pick up yet another hand. But he played that hand rather cagey. Didn't raise before the flop with an ace in his hand. Didn't bet on the flop. So if I'm sitting in Tommy's seat, I'm not putting him on an ace either. I might have called there myself.
A young player from Montreal, only 23 years old. Jason Lavalley now, our chip leader. Stay with us. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour.
Tonight's episode of the World Poker Tour is brought to you by PlayWPT.com.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. The Festa al Lago continues into heads-up action. And right now, Jason Lavalley, the 23-year-old, is our chip leader with close to $9.5 million in chips.
Yep, he is out in front right now, licking his lips and thinking about winning a WPT title.
Well, this time he's picked up a big hand, pair of 10s with the button. And he's going to set up a raise here. Makes it $400,000 to go.
Now Tommy is going to defend here with a king-8 offsuit. A very marginal call.
But the man in the velvet jacket has no fear. And here's the flop. Jack 8-3.
Now Tommy flops second pair. Checks it. Jason checks right behind him. Now the board pairs threes. Well, Tommy's got to think his 2 8s are